Yogi clan, welcome back to Yogi Cycle Service. We are here today to test out some biker lore. I know there's been a lot of things out there that people say, oh, try this, it works. Oh, try that, it works. Well, a couple of years ago, it was probably about, this is 2019. This was probably about 2005 or 2006. So 13 years ago, 14 years ago. I was over at a buddy's house and he said, oh yeah, man, the best way to detail your bike is you use Lemon Pledge for paint and Windex for chrome. And at the time I was just like, you're crazy. Well, time's gone by. I have tried the Meguiar's. I have tried just about every detail shine that is out there. And I wind up coming back to the Lemon Pledge and the Windex because it just works and it's a whole heck of a lot cheaper than Meguiar's. So let's dig in. I have a not so very dirty, but it's at the stage now where it doesn't really need a bath. It's not dirty enough for a bath, but it's dirty enough from the pollen that it really needs some kind of detail, needs some kind of love. So let's dig on in and I'll show you how I use the Pledge for the paint and the Windex for the chrome. We'll start off in the front. Housekeeping items. Before we get to doing this, let me detail a few things. Lemon Pledge. This can be cheap Lemon Pledge, it can be Walmart Lemon Pledge. It's about $4, $5 for a can. If you have matte finish on your motorcycle, do not use Lemon Pledge for matte finish because it will create a gloss. Think of your grandma's dining room table. She used to use Lemon Pledge on her dining room table. If your paint is not glossy like your grandma's dining room table, do not use Lemon Pledge. Instead, if you have the matte finish, use Windex. Works much better on the matte finish. This will create a glaze. It'll put down a wax layer on there. You don't want that on matte finish. Item number 2, when using Pledge, what I will do, I will use 2 different microfiber cloths. I will spray the Lemon Pledge on first. I will let it sit for a minute. Then I will use cloth A to wipe the bulk, the wetness, the heaviness, the bugs, the grime, the gook. I will use this to wipe all of that off first, and then I will come back with a second clean cloth, and I will use that to buff it out, polish it out, shine it up, make it look good. So now with that information in hand, let's go up to the Batwing first. Here we are. If you look here, there are a ton of bugs on this right here. Spray this on the entire Batwing. I'll leave some, I won't put it on the windshield. The windshield, I'll probably just use the Windex for the windshield. Now I'm going to take my dirtier of the 2. This has been washed, but it's still got some dirt on it. And I'm just going to go ahead and wipe the bulk of it off. It does pretty well getting these bug carcasses off of here. And now that we've used this to get the bulk of it off, let's go ahead and come with the second cloth. And go ahead, and this is a dry cloth. Go ahead and wipe it down with the dry cloth. Get any residual bugs off of there. Any residual Pledge off of there. Let me tell you, this stuff works awesome for plastics too, especially those black plastics. That Pledge will take the bugs right off of there. Another thing is that it has a little bit of a wax finish. So when you're riding and the rain's hitting you, it does give you a little element of protection with that wax finish on this. All right. Another thing is when the bugs hit it the next time, they're a little bit easier to get off because you have that waxy like finish on there. One thing I'm hoping to try here soon is I was talking to my friend who owns a detail shop. I was asking him about those F11 products. I'm like, are they worth it? And he gave me his feedback on it, but he has his own product he's getting ready to release that's very much like an F11 style protective coat. And hopefully we're going to be able to secure some samples from him soon that we can go ahead, clean up and detail this bike, and then try that out and see how that works and bring you some reviews on that. All right, Batwing is done. Let's go ahead and move over to the lower fairings and to the tank, and we'll work over there next. All right, lower fairing. So you notice this is black plastic. Go ahead, put a little on there, put a little on the back side. Again, take our wet cloth, hit it with the wet cloth first. Get it all cleaned up. Doesn't really matter if you get some on the chrome. It will still give you a pretty good finish, but not as good as Windex. Now come back with a dry cloth. It's really pretty hard to see in this light how well it shines up that black plastic. But let me tell you, it does a pretty darn good job. If I can find my light. You're an extra light. If we were outside, you would see it much better, but it brings out the sparkle, it makes the paint look a little bit deeper in color. It gives a little depth to it, and really takes some of this, it's almost like a Armor All type product is what it does. Let's move to the tank next. On the tank, same thing, just spray it down. One thing you want to do afterwards, when you're done, is take your dirty wet cloth and dry off this tip, because if you don't, it winds up clogging. See, you got some on the chrome here. Let's wipe that down. We'll see what that does to the chrome finish afterwards. The answer is really nothing. Windex does work better, but this too will clean up chrome. All right, wipe down the excess. Let's take our dry cloth, go back over it with a dry cloth. I tell you, if this were out in the sunlight, it gives an amazing finish. Well, I don't know about amazing is the right word, but it does a really good job. It gives your paint a really nice shine. It does not leave any streaks. It gives a lot more depth to the look of your paint. Put a flashlight on this so you can see a little better. You see it gets some pretty good sparkle. I don't know if that's picking up in the camera or not, but it gives a lot more sparkle. So let's go ahead and move back quickly to we'll do the Saddlebag last. Don't know if you can see it, but there is a lot of pollen. There's a lot of pollen. Let's move in a little closer so you can see the pollen on there. Go ahead and take my finger. You can see there's a lot of pollen on there. So let's go ahead and spray this down. Again, take your wet, dirty cloth. And the other good thing about this is if you have some small little, I know like a couple times from opening up the Saddlebag latch here, my ring has scraped on the paint and put some little fine scratches on it. I don't really want to say they're in the clear coat, but some really fine scratches on the top of this Saddlebag here, and using this pledge really helps eliminate those fine scratches. I think it fills in, or the wax, it does something. I don't know what it does. I'm not a chemical finish guy, but some of those fine scratches, maybe just because it adds a clear coat and a protective seal to it, helps cover those up and helps get rid of those scratches. All right, so now that that's shined up, let's get to a point perhaps where we move the camera in closer again. And now you can see, obviously, pollen gone, and maybe you can see a little bit more the depth of some of that color. You can see some of that metal flakish looking paint kind of coming through on there a little bit. Does a great job. I really like it. For me, it works. And a $5 bottle of Lemon Pledge works a whole lot better. Well, not really a whole lot better. Works about the same, as good as a $8 to $10 bottle of McGuire's, and this goes just as far. So Lemon Pledge, enhancing polish, and it makes your bike smell good too. All right, let's get in and start looking at some of the chrome, look at some of the Windex on chrome. We're going to go to the back of the bike because that's the dirtiest. So let's start there. All right, this is probably the dirtiest part of the bike. We were out at the Orphan Run last weekend. You can see a lot of the gunk in there. If we pan over here, you can see how dirty these are over here. So let's go ahead and spray these up. Get some Windex put on both sides. Now, if you are using Windex on matte finish paint, you want to make sure that Windex is the ammonia free. See, this one here, it says it does have cleaner with ammonia. You want to get the ammonia free kind to use if you have a matte finish, because the ammonia will start to erode away on that paint. So if you're going to be using Windex for your matte finish, please make sure you get the kind without ammonia in it. And you know, man, Windex cleans your mirrors in the house. Cleans your mirrors in the house that good. Why wouldn't it clean chrome? Now, it will not clean off, like I know some of these pipes here have some pit spots in it. It will not clean off pits. It's designed to make your chrome shine like it's a mirror. So think of it that way. So if your chrome is dirty, just like having a dirty mirror in your bathroom and you clean off that dirty mirror in your bathroom, that's basically what it's going to do with your chrome. So for instance, some of these pieces of chrome, they do have some pitting in there. It will not clean pitting. You'll need some kind of polish to clean off that pitting. I use something like a Never Dull on the chrome to help clean that up and polish it up. And then I'll come back after I use the Never Dull and use some Windex to clean it up afterwards. So there you go. Windex for chrome and Pledge for paint. So there you go, Yogi Clan. There are two biker legends that have turned out true. Pledge for paint, Windex for chrome. Again, do not use Pledge on a matte finish. Use a Windex on a matte finish, but make sure that Windex is ammonia free. So I thank you for joining Yogi Cycle Service. I hope you got some help out of this. I suggest you try it. And then if you do try it, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about it. I've told some of my friends about it and they're all like, man, Yogi, this stuff is awesome. Yeah, we're definitely going to forget using Meguiar's or Mother's or whatever the other stuff is. We're going to forget using that. We're going to go ahead and keep using this because it works. And you can go to the dollar store and you can get a bottle of this really for $1. It's the knockoff kind. Let me see if I have a can of it. All right, here we go. I got a can of it. Furniture polish with lemon scent and Pledge with lemon scent. Both the same thing. This came from Walmart for $5. This came from the dollar store for $1. Both the same product, both with lemon scent, both furniture polish, both cleans and restores and conditions wood with a beautiful lemon scent. So I thank you for joining Yogi Cycle Service today and checking out these biker tips. I hope it helps you. Give it a try, leave me some comments. Let me know what you think of this. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications button so you get notified when more content's coming. Things I got coming down the road. Safety Tip Tuesday, we're going to talk about running with your headlights, whether running them on high beam during the day, low beam at night, running with your passing lamps, and how that can be used to keep you safe. Product review Thursday, we're going to be talking about tires. We're going to be talking about Metzler's, Michelin, and Dunlop, and comparing those tires together. Also, we're going to be talking about issues that have going on with the 2014 Harley boom system. It keeps disconnecting from my phone, so we're going to talk about how to fix that in case that's happening to you. So more awesome content is coming down the road. So don't forget to subscribe, click notifications, and if it's a good video, hit the like button. Those likes really help me get noticed in YouTube and they're really critical. So please, if you like the video, jam that like button. And we'll talk to you soon, Yogi Clan. Take care. Peace.